was me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 long as I got stuff from most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing.
Whoops. Okay, I accidentally turned my mic all the way up. I gotta see where I'm at. So I'm not screaming at you guys. That should be good. Okay, what is going on, guys? We are back with another edition of the Notorious Sales Podcast, man. And this episode was not planned, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we had to damn near squirm this into our day. And holy shit, man. Wow. Where do we, okay, so,
shit.
Well, first of all, what is going on, guys? We are back with another episode of the Notorious Sales Podcast. This, if this is your first time watching, guys, do not know how the show works. Monday, we got Unscripted, and Friday, we got the news, man, and, wow. And obviously, if something insane happens, we will try our best to be on here the day of. I apologize, it's a late show, man, but we had to get this thing out, bro. We had to get this thing out, but look, obviously this is going to be a shorter episode. I'm not even going to say that, because we're going to go on here rambling for like 3 hours, knowing us, but this, obviously, we only have one story to cover, man, and it's a big one, and there's already a lot to tackle, and we tackled 2 huge stories yesterday, with Vince McMahon and then AEW and their all-out plans and whatnot, but also, man, if this is your first time watching, guys, do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels Podcast. As you can see up above, I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show, and as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, man?
It's going good, bro. It's going good. Just chilling today. I just woke up, just laying in bed. I fucking get a notification. Like, and I look at it, and it's the fucking news that we're covering today, bro. And that shit.
Wow.
Shocked the fuck out of me. And it was on my shirt list anyway, because not the list, but like the way I organize my shirts, I just grab one, and the next one up is what I'm wearing tomorrow, and I had this shirt today, just on the right on the hanger, bro. And this what fucking happened, bro. That shit was fucked. And man, I've been thinking about it, and it's just fuck, bro. God, man. Other than that, bro, my day was good. My day was great, bro. Had a family thing. It was awesome to see him. Cool as hell. Got him a little late, but it's all good, bro. We're here now, and glad to be here, bro. But my day was good, bro. My day was good. How about you?
It was good, man. It was good. Obviously, I'm waking up. Well, first of all, man, yeah, once again, I just do want to apologize for the late show, but no matter what time of fucking day it is, you got the best take givers here in the IWC, man. Is my fucking camera blurry? Let me fix this for you guys real quick.
It's perfect for the UK fans. You guys are in the UK. It's normal last time for you guys.
Okay, yeah, goddamn, my camera was blurry as hell. I was thinking it was my glasses, but then I was like, yeah, don't look like my glasses. Well, anyway, I'm waking up, man. I'm waking up, and I see an abnormally long list of notifications on my phone. And obviously I don't wear my glasses to sleep, so it was all fucking blurry. But I can see texts from my girlfriend's sister. I see in texts from my girlfriend's dad. And I'm like, what the hell happened? Put my fucking glasses on. I'm getting Instagram DMs from Sir K. I'm like, okay, this is a weird group of people to be texting me at once about something. But then it made sense when I fucking put my glasses on, because Bray Wyatt is officially released from his WWE contract, man. And look, I don't want to look like a fucking geek on here, but my soda was flat. So I had to go put it in a glass with some ice, and I just so happened to grab my Fiend cup because it's my greatest cup.
I'm dead.
But listen, man. From day one, you guys know us to be Bray Wyatt super fans. I'm gonna admit it. I'm not gonna. I mean, guys, I don't want to fuck up my camera, but I got the Fiend on my wall, as you can fucking see. I got him right behind me. I got a fucking. My friend drew me a picture, as you can see right there. Obviously, I got this huge fat head of Bray on my wall. I got multiple wrestling figures of Wyatt. I mean, you guys get the point. You guys get the fucking point, man. I got Bray Wyatt fucking shorts on. I got Bray Wyatt fucking shirt. Bro, you guys know this about us. I mean, no, still have my crossbar up for my camera, but you guys know this, man, and to hear this news, bro. First of all, I just want to say, because this is huge, man. This is fucking huge. Me and Sir K, ever since they started releasing people, always just joked around. We're like, man, what if we woke up one day, WWE releases Bray Wyatt? And we were like, oh man, that'd be crazy. That would be insane. This is a fucking insane time to be a wrestling fan, man. I swear to God, over the past decade, I was listening to JD's podcast while I was at fucking work, man, but over the past decade, it's almost like wrestling has just been in a slump. It's been in a slump. Like, we've had greatness to come along, you know what I mean? But it's never been like this. You know what I mean? Over the past decade, we've had the Cenas, we've had The Rock, we've had Punks, we've had Romans, Wyatt, Shield, fucking anything under the sun. But as far as, like, things that are going to actually make a everlasting change in this business and just completely change, just just the tides of change in the pro wrestling business. As far as that's been concerned, it's been in a slump, man. It's been in a slump. There's been nobody to come along. There's been nobody to be the next new top star of wrestling. There's been nobody to really there. And I know for the people that say Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns, up until, and I mean, this is very new, this whole Roman Reigns stuff, and
Exactly.
you know what I mean, but holy fuck, God, I've been waiting to just say that all day, man. But holy fuck, Bray Wyatt, oh God, where do I start, man? Where do I start? I almost want to. Obviously, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna talk about our favorite moments of Wyatt and stuff like that. But like, man, like this is just an insane time to be a wrestling fan. It really, really is, bro. And I think what honestly started all of this. And it's been this summer, the summer of 2021, ever since, like, Aleister Black and his class got released, shit's just been insane.
It's just been nuts.
You know what I mean? Because in Aleister Black's class came Braun Strowman. That was huge. Not huge, but it was shocking. It was shocking. Because Braun Strowman is a lifer. Fast forward... Obviously, you have Ruby Riott in that class and a couple other great people. But you move forward, man, we're getting Andrade debuting in AEW. Fast forward even more, we're getting Aleister Black in AEW. We're getting things of that nature, man. Fast forward even more, all of a sudden, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk come out of retirement to sign with Punk came out of retirement. Daniel Bryan and CM Punk sign with All Elite Wrestling, bro.
Man, and now
fast forward to what is now August 1st or July 31st, and Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, released from WWE contract, bro. What an insane second half of 2021, man.
literally, bro.
What a fucking insane time to be a wrestling fan, man. And just wow. Just wow, man. Like I said, I wake up to that. And I've seen a lot of people trying to defend WWE. Well, maybe Bray asked for his release. I got every fucking story to debunk that, man. I got every fucking story to debunk that. I don't think Bray Wyatt asked for his release, and I think Dave Meltzer done confirmed it. We're gonna talk about things that I'm gonna read you guys some of the tweets that a lot of the wrestlers put out. I'm gonna read you guys a couple other stories. Stories about Bray Wyatt being on the defense, about his character, stories about him and Vince McMahon's relationship, stories about when and how his day went today, in terms of how he was feeling about it, and when he thought he was coming back, and just kind of from what we know about how Bray Wyatt's day done went today. And like I said, man, what a fucking insane time to be a wrestling fan. What an insane time to be a wrestling fan, man. I mean, wow. Just wow, man. So before we get into anything, man, do you got anything to say about this? Quick thoughts.
Fuck, man. I mean, fuck. It's Wyatt, bro. It's got to be one of the biggest releases that could have happened out of this company. I mean, you were talking about it on the phone earlier when you were making the thumbnail, bro. When the second Braun Strowman got released, all bet was off except for a handful.
Right.
Becky, Roman,
Seth.
Cena, and Wyatt. I didn't think he would ask for his release unless it got unbelievably bad. He's the type of motherfucker put his foot down and tried to make the best out of what he's given. That's just Wyatt.
Yeah.
And bro, I get that notification, and to be honest, I don't even think it still hit me, bro. I,
I don't think so either. I really don't.
it hasn't hit me yet that Bray Wyatt is gone from WWE, bro.
You know when it'll hit us?
Hmm,
Halloween.
dude, bro. Oh,
Wednesday.
man,
Let me see when that. Well, I don't. I think that will be the last day of it. So probably November 1st.
I get you. I get you,
Probably. I would think.
man. But man, it still hasn't hit me yet, bro. But this is just nuts, man. Bray Wyatt, the Bray Wyatt, who's been a fucking staple to the fans, to this company, since he fucking debuted in NXT as Bray Wyatt, is gone. Just released from the company, bro. It's unbelievable, bro. The whole Wyatt family
It's gone.
Damn. And that means Raw's only soulless left is gone.
What do we
You're
say every
right.
Monday? What do we say every fucking Monday? It's literally at this point it's become an outro to the show. If we talk about Raw last, that is the last thing said before we go into the outro. Still no Bray. Every fucking week. Every week.
Raw, no more Bray. What the fuck is the point of Raw now? What the hell? Oh man. Man,
Oh man. Oh.
it's just nuts, man. It still hasn't hit me, bro. But man, it's Bray fucking Wyatt, and he's released. Never thought I'd fucking see the day, to be honest.
First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to him.
Oh, bro, man.
God, you know, ever since I got back into wrestling, without a shadow of a doubt, Bray Wyatt has been easily my favorite active performer, on the main roster. Easy.
Oh,
Easily. For a time, Johnny Gargano had him beat out, but that was 2018 Wyatt, and what was he doing compared to what Gargano was doing? But generally speaking, Bray Wyatt, and everybody knows this about us. We aren't gonna, we are genuinely coming on here and telling you guys this shit, and you guys know it, man. You guys know it. I mean, we're not coming on here as posers whatsoever, bro. Everybody knows. Half of our greatest rants are in Wyatt's defense.
Exactly. Or if you guys could see them, our old videos, our Mania reactions when he lost. Well, all the Manias, but when he lost the title to Randy Orton, when he won the title, like, bro, we were there since I got into it and since you got back into it. We've been there with Wyatt, bro.
Yes.
My fucking favorite, probably of all time, Bray fucking Wyatt.
You know, I think for me, like, I do think Cena is the greatest of all time. But when it pertains to my favorite of all time, I really do think I have to agree with you. Because, well, Cena was also a different era of my life. I was a kid.
Yeah.
What kid didn't love Cena or Hardy? You know what I mean? But, you know, for my teenage years until now, I would feel like I have to agree with you on that one, bro. Probably my favorite wrestler of all time. Just wow.
Every character, no matter how bad booked, it was unbelievable. Truly, bruh. Shit, ain't nobody can do it better.
I mean, you talk about, and I think this is funny. You talk about him being in NXT, from the very start of his career. You're talking about him being mentored on the show by none other than Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes. So, fast forward, man. Obviously, we get Wyatt in the or Husky Harris in the Nexus, and they take him off TV. Randy Orton, writes him off TV. He comes back. He comes back as cult leader Bray. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved it. For a point in time, the lifeblood, the energy, the heart and soul of Monday Night Raw confided in 6 men. Sorry, confided in 6 men. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan.
True, bro.
Who is gonna sit here and tell me that feud wasn't insane? Who's gonna tell me that is not one of the best faction feuds ever? You had 2 factions that were both heels, and they weren't pussy factions, bro. Though these guys went to war. Some of the greatest Raw moments came from Bray Wyatt telling the Shield, we welcome this fight. The crowd fucking going ballistic, and all they were doing was staring at each other. The people are losing their minds over this shit. Daniel Bryan turns on the Wyatt family. One of the greatest Raw moments ever. Daniel Bryan is holding the crowd fucking on the palm of his hand. On the palm of his hand, man. God, this is just insane, bro. This is just insane. Well, there's a couple other things in these years I'm talking about, man, but right now we're going to talk about the positives. Bray Wyatt, obviously, well, he didn't really do nothing in 2015 and the early part of 2016, but let me tell you, Bray Wyatt, one of the standouts of the greatest era of fucking SmackDown history.
Mm-hmm.
One of the standouts. Guy had the best storyline on that fucking show in 2016 when nobody could compete with SmackDown. He had the best storyline on the show. The man, who can say they beat John Cena and AJ Styles in the same night?
Come on, bro.
Bray Wyatt.
Come on.
Bray Wyatt. The man had an incredible Elimination Chamber in 2017. Mauro Ranallo called it. You can't get any better than that.
Come on.
And I mean, as far as the positives after that, they didn't really happen again until 2019, man, when we seen the emergence of the greatest character in WWE history, The Fiend, man. Bray Wyatt pops up with the Firefly Funhouse, and he creates every past version of himself that was supposed to culminate in fucking greatness. In fucking greatness. And it was. It really fucking was.
It was unbelievable at first, bro.
Just
I'll never like it.
Game changing. This man can blur the lines between fiction and reality, man. This man brought back old school wrestling. An old school wrestling gimmick. This man modernized it, and he fucking mastered it. Just an incredible run. Incredible run. Obviously, he had his title run in 2019, where he had probably his second best match, singles match in WWE. Coincidentally, number 1 and 2 are with the same guy, but he probably had his second best match. Definitely the best strap match I've ever seen.
Easy.
Fantastic strap match with Daniel Bryan. The guy had an incredible fucking run, man. He had an incredible run, and then obviously he ended up getting buried, and trust me, we're about to talk about all the negatives because WWE's about to have it here in a minute, but this man done rebounded his career after a loss to Bill Goldberg, and I don't know if you could even say he rebounded, but he fucking tried his hardest through that summer of 2020. He had a standout feud with John Cena. He had a lot of people shit on it, but I don't really think it was that bad. He had a great feud with Braun Strowman. He had a great feud. I loved the swamp fight. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, actually, that's not where the positives end, because he ends up getting drafted to Monday Night Raw, and he gets put with Alexa Bliss, bro. It's fucking amazing. It was amazing. It was fantastic. Bray Wyatt was a huge part of the show, man. A huge part of the show. Bray Wyatt was, in my opinion, the best part of the show when he was with Alexa Bliss, easily.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where it ends, man. I think that's where it ends. But let's get your favorite Bray Wyatt moment and then your favorite Bray Wyatt match, man. What do you got?
Moment? Damn. There's so fucking many of them, bro. As the cult leader, my favorite moment will be the Miss Teacher Lady promo. Easy. In terms of cult leader Bray. One of the best damn promos I ever heard in my life. Easy. And for the Fiend, ooh, that's probably his SummerSlam in ring debut, bro. Those two moments,
Unbelievable.
unmatched, bro.
Greatest SummerSlam moment ever. Easy.
Greatest SummerSlam moment ever. Easy. For me, at least, bro. It was fucking unbelievable, bro. The music. The lighting.
The lantern.
The lantern. The fucking hoodie. Well, not the hoodie, but the hood. The dark, bro.
He just comes out with a pullover hoodie.
Coming out with the hoodie. Well, man, that shit was just unbelievable, bro. And just, man, they were just great moments, bro. Truly great moments. Great match. Favorite match. Damn. Probably, I don't know if you count it as a match, but Firefly Funhouse match, bro. It's gotta be the best cinematic
Oh, easy.
match I've ever seen in my life.
Easy.
That shit. Going through Cena's past like that, the way Wyatt came up with it, bro. Unfucking believable. Unfucking touchable with that shit. Gotta be some of my favorite moments, bro. I could really list on, man, the fucking little recorded vignette of that fucking reporter going to the Wyatt family house and Brody.
Don't stray.
Yep.
Oh,
first time
man.
I'd ever said it. Don't stray, bro. And fucking Wyatt was in the room being creepy, and man, unbelievable shit from Bray Wyatt. Still some of my favorite moments, man, but it's Wyatt. Damn near his whole career that hurt the burial side, or my fucking favorite moments.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. As for the cult leader, I want to say my favorite moment was, wow. I'd say for me, my favorite moment from Cult Leader Bray was the post Elimination Chamber promo for the Cult Leader.
Ooh, that was really good.
Just seeing him finally come out there with the WWE title, and just the way he said, "Now I have the whole world in my hands," and he held out the belt. It just felt at the time like there were winds of change in WWE, and there ended up not being, but just at the time, it was just a culmination of years of fucking hard work. And then obviously, just to throw this one in there, that promo where he told the Shield, "We welcome this fight."
Oh, man.
Incredible fucking promo. As for the match with the Cult Leader, I have to give it to the Shield and the Wyatt family. That is how you fucking do a 6-man tag match. That is how you fucking do it. Plain and simple. Obviously it was tornado tag, but that is how you fucking do it. That was a all-out fucking brawl. Incredible. And as for The Fiend, greatest moments, You cannot leave out him attacking Seth. I think that was just
really good,
amazing at the time. But inevitably, I think I do have to bring it to the SummerSlam debut.
bro.
Just wow, just what a moment, what a fucking moment, man. The presentation, the music, the lights, the look of the Fiend, the lantern, the match. At the end, obviously, that was the first time we seen the Fiend's little like outro where he stands on top of the stage and looks back. The sound, that fucking sound. Love that shit, man. I love that.
That shit was unbelievable to see, bro.
And then as for match with the Fiend, if we're talking an actual wrestling match, you'd be an idiot not to go with the strap match, but just overall, I have to give it to the Firefly Funhouse, man. Just what a fucking beautifully orchestrated cinematic match of Bray Wyatt's mind games. You know what I mean? They always said for years, Bray Wyatt, they always mention his mind games, man, but that was the culmination of his geniusness to show everybody what he can do with the mind games, and just incredible. What a fucking WWE career. As far as the positives go, what a fucking career, man. Like I said, as far as the positives go, when it was good, it was fucking amazing. What a career. Obviously, Bray Wyatt did not have a perfect WWE career, man. But as for everything we just went over, incredible, man. Legend, easy.
Oh, straight up, straight up, fucking legend.
What a career, man. What a career. But let me tell you guys something, man. WWE, I swear to fucking God, they do not know what they just lost. The fact that they released, you can't do nothing if his contract runs up and that's it, and he doesn't choose to resign. You willingly let go a fucking superstar, caliber talent you have on your roster, willingly let the man go. Man, are you oh man. As for the negatives of Bray Wyatt's career, he was Husky Harris. That's overall a negative. That was a negative. The first overwhelming negative, bro, WrestleMania 30. It's not as bad nowadays because of what happened 6 years later. But it was still horrible. Bray Wyatt, what a fucking path of momentum he would have had if they would have just let him beat John Cena. If they would have just let him go over at Mania. And then the next year, he loses to The Undertaker. Bray Wyatt should have been the guy to inevitably break the streak. And if he wasn't even in discussion for it, you're doing something wrong. Immediately. Right out the fucking gate. Bray Wyatt should have beat The Undertaker's undefeated streak. Easy. Easy, bro. Instead, you saved it for Brock Lesnar. Wow. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Bray Wyatt should have been at the top of that fucking list to take down The Undertaker's undefeated streak. Think about that. Win over Cena, and the next year, you beat The Undertaker? That is what I call making a fucking star, bro. That is the embodiment of WWE putting their foot down and saying, this is a new era. To hell with the Randy Ortons and the John Cenas and the Undertakers and the Triple H's. To hell with that. This is a new era. And there would have been no bigger seal of a fucking approval than having Bray Wyatt 2 Manias in a row beat 2 of the biggest fucking stars this industry has ever seen. But instead, After the loss to Cena, he did nothing. 2015, he did nothing. Does anybody remember anything from Bray Wyatt from 2015 other than adding Braun Strowman to the Wyatt family? 2016, he did nothing. WWE rushed a feud with the New Day to try to rival the Broken Hardys. Meanwhile, do they know what they had in a Wyatt family versus New Day feud?
Come on, bro. That's magic right there.
Unbelievable, man.
I liked it. I liked the fact that Wyatt tried to, per se, Xavier Woods over and shit.
It was good. It was just rushed.
It was just way too rushed.
Moving forward, man. Obviously, can't fucking help but bring up, one of the worst WrestleMania matches of all time. WWE decides to have maggots in the fucking ring. Fucking cockroaches in the ring. WWE flopped with Bray Wyatt's first title reign.
Oh my god.
Randy Orton did nothing but take from Bray Wyatt throughout his whole career. Randy Orton just took, and he did not need. Randy Orton's been in this game forever. And I would like to think a guy like him would be willing to put his ego to the side and say, look, man, I'm not going to be here forever. This is the perfect guy to beat me. But instead, they give the championship to Randy Orton and eventually turn the era of SmackDown into Jinder Mahal's fucking hands. And we all know how that went. Bray Wyatt had a good cinematic match with Matt Hardy, but other than that, the feud sucked. The feud fucking sucked.
You did miss one big terrible thing. Is the House of Horrors match.
Oh my god.
Remember that shit? Oh man, that shit. So fucking bad. It was unbelievable.
This is a live feed, even though it was nighttime where they were filming it, and it was daytime in California where the episode of Raw was. Well, fuck the fuck, man. So we got that. Obviously, we got that dog shit feud with Randy Orton. We got a shit feud with Matt Hardy. Fast forward, man, to the year of 2018. Obviously, he did nothing the rest of that year. He was in a feud with Matt Hardy that was repeatedly shot down over anything they wanted to do. And it sucked. And that is not what anybody wanted for either of those guys when it came to their feud. But, Wyatt was off TV after that. He ended up debuting The Fiend, and it was all good and dandy. The Fiend's run was second to none. The Fiend's run was absolutely incredible until Hell in a Cell 2020. WWE had the perfect chance to make a fucking moment. The crowd was hot. They wanted to see it. Seth Rollins did not pan out to what any of us thought he would be.
Oh no.
He confided in his wife to get him over, other than being a workhorse, which is what got him over in the first place. That is what we wanted to see from the man. And we end up getting Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt's Hell in a Cell match to end in a DQ finish. Do you know how much fucking steam that knocked off Bray Wyatt's off of his momentum? A lot. A lot.
Nearly derailed that motherfucker.
And Bray Wyatt would go on to win the Universal Championship. He would have a decent run. up until fucking February. He was headed on a great fucking collision course, man. He was headed on a course to face John Cena at WrestleMania, potentially for the Universal Championship, with Roman going out. All they had to do was get him past Goldberg, man. If they got him past Goldberg, Bray Wyatt was headed towards John Cena, Universal Championship for WrestleMania. Obviously, before that, it was going to be Roman, but COVID was going to happen fucking whether we liked it or not. So Roman was dropping out anyway. And WWE has him face The Miz, great mini feud. Had him face Daniel Bryan. Bro, talk about great moments. Bray Wyatt's Yes Firefly Funhouse promo.
Oh, dude.
Oh man, way to get, bro, dude,
screaming yes, terrifying,
dude.
Oh man,
A fucking amazing Firefly Funhouse, amazing. Daniel Bryan, man, just those two are in-ring soulmates, man. They are. Bray Wyatt, as a great match with DB at the Royal Rumble. And February rolls around and we see the emergence of one Bill Goldberg. To which created the birth of what is it called? The podcast was conceived on that night. Mm-hmm. The podcast was a thought.
It was the spark to do it was fucking lit on fire in that moment.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause in Saudi Arabia, WWE made the worst booking decision in their history. In their entire fucking history. And that was to have Goldberg. A guy who should not be coming in to win championships whatsoever. They decide to have Goldberg, and to this day, this man has been universally fucking hated since then. Beat Bray Wyatt and serve him up his first loss. And to this day, that is what killed Bray Wyatt, and to this fucking day, that is what killed The Fiend, man.
Oh yeah, that was.
And also to this day, that remains to be the worst booking decision in WWE history, and do not fucking at me about that one, because there is not a fucking thing you can tell me that is going to make me think otherwise, that is going to make me think that that is not the worst booking decision of all time, because hands fucking down that is, bro. Hands down that is. Obviously, we get Bray Wyatt the whole summer trying to get himself back to a fraction of where he was. They have this man win the Universal Championship in SummerSlam, at SummerSlam, and have him go on to lose it a week later. A fucking week later, man. A week later.
Bro.
At that point, why even have him win the championship?
Exactly.
Obviously, we just talked about the great parts to Bray Wyatt's career, but these parts we just went over with you guys are just parts of Bray Wyatt's career that just make me shake my head. It just makes me ask myself, why did he even stay in WWE this long, man?
Exactly. I always wanted that, man.
It makes me ask myself, is Vince McMahon that fucking stupid? The answer is yes. He is that fucking stupid to have no clue as to what he had in Bray. He has no idea. He has no fucking idea in what he had in Bray Wyatt, and it almost pisses me off, even more so, I went on a rant about this yesterday, man, but Vince McMahon's take of perhaps we can give them more talent.
He knew, bro.
He knew. And he
About to do.
has that come off as a joke? As a joke? Perhaps you can give them more talent? You have no clue what you just lost. You are willingly releasing superstars on your roster. Willingly giving them up.
Whatever happened to the Vince that wouldn't even give up a fucking cruiserweight to this? Remember that period in like 2018 where that motherfucker didn't give up anybody to save his life? And now look at him releasing Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt. Who's next, bro? Who the fuck is next? Who's the next big name out of this company? Because there's only two at this point. That's Becky and Roman. Only fucking two left.
Yeah, and there's probably only 3 people in that company that are truly safe. And that is Roman, Becky, and Seth by association.
Yep, exactly.
Wow. What a fucking moron. You know, as pissed off as that gets me for Bray, because he has done everything in his power to make this shit memorable for the fans, and being one of the only guys that knows how to stick up for himself, I can't be more appreciative of Bray Wyatt's time in WWE and just what he was able to do. The guy is a fucking superstar, and Aleister Black mentioned him on his, what is it? He mentioned him on his Instagram Live. Mm-hmm. He said, you know, man, out of everybody, man, I would not think it would be Bray, but he said, trust me, he will be just fine. He will be just fucking fine. Just complete fucking morons, man. Complete fucking morons. We're going to talk about some of this news before we get to where we personally want to see him end up and things like that, but we're going to talk about a couple stories here. First off, good God. Everybody was trying to defend this.
They were.
And say, oh, well, don't be mad at WWE. Bray Wyatt may have asked for his release because he's dealing with mental health issues. Well, get this, ladies and gentlemen. Where was the... I know I seen a fucking tweet. There we go. According to Dave Meltzer, Wyatt was told his release was due to budget cuts. You released a superstar. You released the next guy up next from Roman Reigns because of budget cuts? Bray Wyatt? Budget cut? Don't even need to be in the same sentence. You view Bray Wyatt as a budget cut? Oh man. Oh.
You know what pissed me off the most about that?
What's up? Let's hear it.
Motherfucker Vince was just in the fucking quarterly earnings call bragging about how much money they made. And you want to call Wyatt?
I didn't even think about that. That gets me even more upset.
Budget cuts? Fucking budget cuts? That, oh my god. How many budget cuts do you need? You say Black Wednesday was budget cuts, its anniversary release set was budget cuts. Now this is budget cuts? What the fuck's the budget? You know you got billions. Or at least $1 billion. Where the fuck is that going? Is that going in all Vince's pockets? Because it fucking has to be at this point. Where the fuck else is it going? It ain't going in good writing teams. It's not going in great fucking TV production. With Pyro, you know Pyro ain't that expensive. Come on, bro. Budget cuts for Bray Wyatt? Not that it's good, but I get a budget cuts for, the random
Braun.
cruiserweights or Braun. I get that.
Right.
People who aren't worth the money you are giving them. But Bray Wyatt, he's worth more.
You know who I'm surprised? Shinsuke. Remember in 2019, when they threw all kinds of money at him to get him to stay, and he ended up staying? And
True.
another guy is Cesaro. I wonder how much they signed him for.
I know. Can't be too much crazy, because Cesaro sees a lifer anyway. So I think if it would have been above normal money, he would have resigned. Anyway, because apparently that motherfucker's just stupid. But man, budget cuts is your excuse to release Bray Wyatt. What fucking idiot had to call Bray Wyatt and tell him that?
Oh, it was people power. John Laurinaitis.
Man, I would feel like an idiot.
I wouldn't have called him.
He fucking wrote down the release.
I wouldn't have called him. If I'm John Laurinaitis, I'm saying, you know what, Vince? How about you pick up the fucking... Actually, as a matter of fact, once I start telling you these stories, I'm calling Nick fucking Khan. And I'm saying, look, you fucking idiot. You're gonna call him. I'm not calling Bray Wyatt. Hell no.
It's like
Nope.
fucking Roman and saying he's fucking released. I ain't doing that. I'm not sounding like a fucking idiot. Like an asshole. The fuck, bruh? Budget cuts. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Budget cuts. He is worth more than you were fucking giving him. That's the truth. I know that. He was their biggest merch seller. Talk about budget cuts. There goes your budget. It's fucking merch. Makes no fucking sense. No fucking sense, man.
Look, man. Bray Wyatt, and the tweet's not even over, he had been preparing for a return in August. It's August at time of recording this. It's August.
It was going to be soon. It was probably going to be at SummerSlam.
And you release Bray Wyatt because of budget cuts the same month your second biggest star in your company right now is supposed to come back.
Come on.
You know, my conspiracy about this, my theory, is Bray Wyatt, they knew. Vince McMahon knew. After him saying that yesterday, like Thursday morning, or whenever the hell he said, perhaps we can give them more. It was like Wednesday or Thursday or something. Right after he said that, right after this news broke, with me knowing he said that, I automatically knew this motherfucker knew the whole time he was going to release Bray Wyatt. And what he what he did, the idiot tried to play it smart. Little does he know he's going to be a big star whenever the hell we see him. It could be in a fucking year. People are going to freak out. Bray Wyatt, he basically gave Bray Wyatt a 180-day no-compete clause. 90 plus fucking 90, because he's kept Bray Wyatt off TV for the past 3 months. Now he's keeping him off TV for another 90 days. Bray Wyatt was given a 180-day non-compete clause.
Essentially.
Wow. Unbelievable, man. But just for a few other stories that we can run to you guys before I'll read you off some things that some people had to say. Obviously, John Laurinaitis, like I said, had to call Bray Wyatt and explain to him that the reason for the firing was budget cuts. This isn't the first time they've been thinking about releasing him, which is why I said what I said. Vince McMahon decided to give him a 180-day no-compete clause because According to Fightful Select, WWE considered firing Bray Wyatt in one of their previous rounds of cuts. Wyatt's name was actually brought up during another recent round of cuts. There have actually been multiple wrestlers that were discussed, but ended up being held out on too.
Man,
They knew.
when we get to these last stories about Bray Wyatt, I want to tell you guys the timeline of I know how this happened. Let's get through these other fucking stories, and then I'm going to tell you guys the timeline of this year with Bray Wyatt.
Got you. We get another story. About Bray Wyatt and Vince McMahon's relationship backstage. It was also, it was reported that the fingers are being pointed at WWE President Nick Khan and CFO Christina Celine. The two are so obsessed with the company not being in one iota in the red on the financial ledgers. After all, Bray Wyatt was pulling down a hefty contract at this stage in his career. It was also noted Wyatt and Vince McMahon's relationship have been an issue. The two ran very hot and very cold at times in terms of their relationship. This is why I said earlier, Bray Wyatt's been the only fucking guy to blatantly stick up for himself.
Exactly. He'll say this shit sucks.
And listen, they are, and this is in parentheses, Khan and Christina Celine are, and I quote, so obsessed with the company not being even in one iota of the red on the financial ledgers. Listen, nobody told you in 2019 that you had to go and scoop up a bunch of motherfuckers for money they weren't worth, all because you didn't want people to go to AEW? How the fuck is that Bray's fault? And he's pulling a hefty contract at this stage in his career. He should be.
Yeah.
You were giving Brock Lesnar $12 million a year, but you're worried about Braun Strowman pulling in 1.5. Now, granted, Braun's not worth it, but you mean to tell me Bray's not worth it either? Bray Wyatt isn't worth it. What are you paying Edge? What the fuck are you paying a 50-year-old Edge? What?
What are you paying Eva Marie? That's what I want to fucking know. I want to know
'Cause-
what her ass is making.
Oh, man.
The fuck? How much are you paying Bliss? Huh? Is how much you're paying Bliss, how much you actually see the Fiend gimmick worth? I think that's why they gave it to Bliss. Wanna know why? 'Cause that's, the same amount. Whatever the fuck she makes, that's how much they think that gimmick is worth. 'Cause they're fucking dumb.
In their minds, they think, oh, wow, we can make the same money off Wyatt. All we got to do is give his gimmick to somebody else. Bliss ain't going to make that fucking Bray Wyatt money, you fucking morons. No way. No way. But look, man. Oh yeah, I didn't even get on to the main part of this. Others noted that Wyatt and Vince's relationship behind the scenes ran very hot and cold at times, and that McMahon was given Khan the ability to run things far more than anyone else has historically been able to accomplish. So there was less likely of a pushback over the idea of cutting big money contract from the ledger. Nick Khan is not a wrestling fan whatsoever if he thought releasing Bray Wyatt was a good idea. And let me tell you something. This fucking quote here, where was it? Here it is. McMahon has given Khan the ability to run things far more than anyone else has historically been able to accomplish. Vince McMahon, you fucking idiot. Why wouldn't you give that privilege to your son-in-law? You fucking idiots, man. You brain dead, old senile fuck. Why would you not give that privilege to Triple H, somebody who done revived your company somewhat? NXT couldn't do it by himself. That is why NXT isn't making waves like AEW is, but NXT couldn't do it by themselves. No way. Bruh. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And just... And Vince McMahon, I mean, it doesn't shock me that he did not give that to Triple H because he killed his brand. He killed his brand. And I hear people making the fucking argument. I heard this today. The reason, and I quote, the reason NXT beat, or the reason AEW slaughtered NXT is because NXT is streamed the next day and you can go back and watch it. Does anybody hear a fucking thing about an NXT fucking episode gaining ratings nowadays? Ever since they've moved to Tuesdays, they're on their own night. What's the excuse now? What's the fucking excuse? How many excuses am I going to hear for WWE? How many? How many?
Make them up out the woodwork, bro. God damn.
NXT can be streamed the next day. So what's happening now that they're on Tuesday? What? What? Have you heard about NXT sparking a rating? People can watch it. People go, they're not in competition with anybody. Who? Come on, man. Who's running parallel to NXT? And what kind of ratings are they pulling? I haven't heard about NXT ratings at all since they moved to Tuesday.
No.
Not once.
I've seen them, I think it's 800,000. I think the highest I've seen them. And I think like last week they got like 500,000 viewers. To AEW's over 1 million. NXT's fucking dead. It is dead as fuck, bro. Come on. Gotta admit it.
Unbelievable, man. Unfucking believable. Here we go. This is the last one. This is huge news. Just like I said, Bray Wyatt's the only guy that was standing up for himself clearly, to the point where him and Vince McMahon didn't even really get along. Fightful Select were reporting that Wyatt was in fact gearing up to return to the WWE. He was advertised for August house shows as well. In the end, WWE Creative was reportedly told that Bray Wyatt had grown too protective of his character due to too many wrong turns in his story. The creative team had been relayed that Bray Wyatt was getting protective of his character after what were seen as poor creative decisions and ideas thrown his way, that many members of the creative, though many members of the team did not speak to Wyatt directly. I can guarantee you that is why Vince McMahon did not like Bray. I can guarantee you. Meanwhile, this is the same guy on the Stone Cold podcast 5 years ago at this point, 6 years ago, something like that, somewhere around 2015 or 16, that said looked Steve Austin in his fucking eyes and told him, the reason that this era doesn't match up to yours is because none of these guys have ambition? That's not ambition? Creating a new character after you fucked up a cult leader gimmick that's so easy and is so diverse, so you could do so much things with it. This era has no ambition. Meanwhile, you don't like Bray Wyatt because he's overprotective of his character? Look what you've done to him. Look what you've done to the character. How do you expect the man not to be overprotective? How?
Like a newborn child. The fuck? Oh,
Bro. How? How does it? How, man? I, unbelievable. I, what? Let me ask you this, Vince. Let me ask you why. Plain as day, bold ass question. I'm gonna ask you. Assume I am an idiot wrestling fan, or I assume I'm not even a wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Bray Wyatt overprotective of his character? And keep in mind, I don't know anything about wrestling, and I ask Vince McMahon. Plain as day, bold question. No, nothing behind it. I'm not asking him how I would ask him. What the fuck is wrong with you, you old prick? That's how I would ask him. But look. Why is Bray Wyatt overprotective of his character? I don't know. Why don't you ask the Saudi fucking prince? Why don't you ask him? Why don't you ask fucking Texas, I think, is where they were for Hell in a Cell in 2019. Why don't you ask those fans why Bray Wyatt's overprotective of his fucking character? Why don't you ask John Cena and The Undertaker? Why don't you ask Goldberg? Ooh.
Why don't you ask Undertaker, not just because he, what he did to Bray, but for his own character? Were you guys not protective for The Undertaker for fucking 20 years? For 20 plus years? Come on. Say, why were you protective for Undertaker, but you don't like that Bray's protective over his character, who's, in our opinion, in the right opinion, is a bigger and better character than the Undertaker? You're not,
yes.
And you're mad at Bray for protecting that? Okay.
And what happens when you don't protect your character? I'll show you. Karrion Kross on Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. That's what happens when you don't fucking protect your character. Andrade was so fucked up. He had to ask for creative control in AEW because he didn't want shit that happened in WWE happening again.
You got PTSD from that shit.
And when Bray Wyatt eventually goes somewhere else, you know he's getting creative control. And how do you not give it to him? How do you not trust him with creative control? If Bray Wyatt knows it's time for him to lose, he'll lose. Trust me, he's fucking used to it.
He's
but
okay with it at this point.
But if it's the right decision for Wyatt to win, you're damn right he's gonna tell you that it's the right time for him to fucking win, man. After all that, man, thoughts on those stories, man. Thoughts on those stories.
Man. So, combine those all together, and you get a timeline for the Bray Wyatt release. It starts at the creation of The Fiend. Amazing character, doing great in the merch, doing great on TV. People are loving it. When everybody's winning. Move it forward, Hell in a Cell happens. They done fucked it up because people were denial set at the time for multiple reasons. And people wanted Bray to win, people expected Bray to win, and he doesn't win because of a disqualification in a Hell in a Cell match. People were pissed, obviously so. I know Wyatt was fucking annoyed, and he was vocal about it. Boom, first instance. Bray Wyatt talks. He talks back in a creative way. He talks back in a creative way. So we could just imagine how he felt about that. And then in Saudi Arabia, because it's on Halloween or whatever the fuck, he does win the title. Good moment, people are loving it, even though it's fucking Saudi Arabia and no one knows what the fuck is going on. That happens. Fast forward, good feud, amazing feud with Daniel Bryan, and then eventually we roll in to the worst booking decision ever made, to the spark of this podcast. Bill, old fuck Goldberg beating Bray Wyatt. Vince thought that in his head, put it on paper, and did it. And he fucking did it. And Bray Wyatt, it was the worst booking decision ever made. It killed it damn near. It, in all reality, if you look on how things should have went, that should have 100% fully killed the Fiend. It should have. But Wyatt,
Yeah.
after that bullshit booking decision that he was vocal about, he goes on and he says, you know what? Fuck this company. I'm turn this shit into great shit. And he attempts that, and in my opinion, he was doing great with Strowman and whatnot. I liked it. I really did. The shit
Hmm.
was really good.
When he brought
And
back the cult leader for Braun,
yep, that was amazing to see.
that's probably how Braun was looking when they told him he was released. How he was looking at cult leader Bray.
Just no, just fucking scared of, bro. Shit, I'm cracking up.
Oh man.
And a line in there, getting revenge on Cena. Great moment. Oh man, all built up to Braun. Braun holds the title. Braun beat Goldberg. Wyatt's gonna eventually beat Braun because it just makes sense. SummerSlam comes around. Bray Wyatt beats Braun. And then Roman Reigns comes back. Now, me and you hated it at the time, but it wasn't really the fact that Roman Reigns was coming back.
It was what they
Fact,
were doing to Bray.
exactly. It was the fact that Bray won. And we knew the second we saw that motherfucker, Roman Reigns, that that the Fiend's fate was sealed. Locked up, sealed. We knew it was gonna happen. And a week later, that it happened. And Fiend, again, almost fucking dead. Should have been dead. And then Wyatt again turns shit into greatness, grabs Alexa Bliss, and they make a great storyline with each other, bro. Turns Alexa Bliss, and they're doing creepy shit together, and it was amazing. And through the bullshit, Vince McMahon is thinking he's making the great booking decisions. He's not. And he's kind of annoyed that, you know, Bray Wyatt is so vocal and is just trying so hard to get this gimmick back up and running. And then 2020 hits. Brody Lee, we all know what happened there. It affected us unbelievably so. We don't even know how it affected Bray Wyatt. We hear the whispers. Well, man, I could have no idea.
You hear the
My
whispers in
heart,
the locker room.
God, fucking Kurt. My heart still goes out to Wyatt to this day for how he feels about that. Always with him, man. But man, he keeps going on. He's off TV. He clearly needs a break. And that's when the cog and Vince McMahon's and Nick Khan's heads are turning. They're out here thinking, we want to release Bray Wyatt. For their bullshit reasons, they want to release him. For budget cuts, we all know, for some fucking reason, they don't see the world in Bray Wyatt like we do. So they're thinking, we gotta release this man. But his gimmick does make us money. So how do we go about this? So they see Alexa Bliss is still with them. And then they get the perfect idea in their heads. Let's, at Mania, have Bliss turn on Bray, take his gimmick, and we release Bray.
They even gave her a puppet too.
They even gave her a fucking puppet. Gave her her own version of the Funhouse in the playground, the whole 9 yards. Boom. Because in their mind, she's gonna sell as much merch as Wyatt does. And boy, by God, did that fucking backfire. But they don't really care. They still have the basis for his gimmick alive in their company. And they think, right as they're about to do Black Wednesday anniversary fucking releases again, you know, with Braun and whatnot, they're thinking, should we do Bray? You know, we gave his gimmick to Bliss, we can release him now. And Vince McMahon, still with those fucking rusty ass cogs turning, thought of to him the perfect second part to the plan. keep this man off TV for 90 days, then release him. Then he's got to wait another 90 days, killing his momentum in Vince McMahon's mind. And that is why he was released today. Well, technically it's the first now, but yes, you guys know what I mean. That is why he was just released. Because we didn't know it, but they knew it. When he lost at Mania, they knew we are releasing this man. We just gotta get his gimmick on someone else. They knew, and man, they did it, bro. They literally did that. Gave his fucking gimmick to Bliss and released him. And that's not on the fault of Bliss, because
No.
as much as, they did put it on her, she wasn't fucking in Vince McMahon's fucking office fucking masterminding that shit with them. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, I
it's
don't
just
blame
not.
her at all.
She's in the same boat as fucking Starro and all them. She just says yes to whatever the fuck they do. And she even admitted on Twitter, doing the shit with Wyatt was the most fun shit she's ever done in wrestling. So she, in her mind, she was like, yo, I get to do this. This is awesome. Turned out to be shit. But man, she had high hopes.
But man, she had high hopes. Bruh.
She had high hopes. She did put her heart in it. It was garbage.
It was goddamn.
She's not.
This is like the most uplifting fucking roast I've ever heard in my life.
You tried her hardest. Shit is literally second worst shit on WWE TV right now. Second to Nikki Cross or Nikki Ass. Oh man, that was their whole plan, and they fucking executed it, and they put it on budget cuts. Wanna know why they put it on budget cuts? Because they squeezed as much merch out of Wyatt as they could before they released him, bro. The figures, the shirts I own, the fucking fat head you owned, their whole set with the fat head that I got for you for Christmas, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
The Wyatt shirts we got at fucking, what is it, Takeover, War Games. We were a part of the people they squeezed dry. And they did it, bro. And they released Wyatt over budget cuts. Cause whatever he was making, that's more money in Vince's pocket, in Nick Khan's. That is the timeline of Bray Wyatt's release, and that is fucked up beyond belief, bro. You do that to a man, not only who fucking damn near carried the main roster, you could say easily, besides NXT, if NXT didn't exist, Bray Wyatt, up until Roman's heel turn, was their only fucking solace. The occasional Seth would pop up. Brian Simon's already, for the most part, done, so it was kind of just him returning. But Wyatt was the fuck. He should have had the world in his hands, and he fucking didn't, bro. They release him, and look at him now. Look at what he is going to do in another company, bro. You release the most creative man ever, a man who, when they did some cheesy ass shit a couple Halloweens ago in 2015, they had Wyatt go on there and tell a story about a man in the woods, and that motherfucker, that wasn't just something he just made up. That was a foreshadowing of his backup gimmick that he had stirring in his mind, and he went through with it. The Fiend is the man in the woods. He did that, bro. He creatively did that, and you release him. Man, bro, AEW is about to be unbelievable, bro. Or hell, even fucking
Impact.
even fucking New Japan. Who fucking knows? The wrestling world have just gained the greatest asset in this modern era, besides CM Punk. Second to CM Punk, Bray Wyatt. Come on, man. Come on. And what a time to, like you were saying earlier at the start of the show, what a time to be a wrestling fan, bro.
What a time to be an All Elite Wrestling fan, bro.
Exactly, bro. I mean, think about it. Back in fucking 2016, 2017, 2018, wrestling, and we all fucking felt it. Me and you were talking about it before. The business just felt so dead. Nothing was happening.
Yeah, it was just ran by WWE.
Exactly. we had Being the Elite, and we had the Bullet Club, and they were awesome. They were great. That Bullet Club Civil War, unbelievable, man.
Oh,
Nothing
man.
truly moved the needle
Right.
that AEW's created. And at first, everyone did have their doubts. Hell, even I had my doubts.
Yeah, me too.
And over the years, they've gained and gained and gained, and just grew and grew. And they are at a point where not only can they get CM Punk out of retirement, Daniel Bryan out of WWE, they're about to gain, probably, most likely, Bray Wyatt. They have Aleister Black. They have Andrade. Bro, they created their own fucking Jungle Boy, Hangman, Dark Order. Bro, come on, bro. What a time to be a wrestling fan. You imagine telling me and you in 2017, 2018 that not only AEW would exist, a fucking promotion created by the elite with the fucking owner of the fucking Jaguars, fucking creating a wrestling company, and eventually in 2021 they would have CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, all the names I just listed. Imagine telling me you knew that. What do we wouldn't believe that shit. Look at it now, bro. And look at Bray Wyatt, bro. He is the asset. You know what I mean? He is one of the best puzzle pieces you could put in AEW, bro. Come on, man. Fucking, my heart goes out to Wyatt for all he's been through with WWE, in his personal life, with Brody, with JoJo, with like, man, my heart goes out to him because he's been there on TV for us, bro. Producing some of the best shit, inspiring me and you, bro. Come on. You fucking, when the worst of the worst I went through in high school, where I hated school, the promo, the thing I always thought about was that
Miss Teacher Lady.
bro. Come on, bro. Come on. My heart goes out to Wyatt. This sucks. In all reality, this does suck. The man got fired for bullshit reasons, man. But man, he's not only can he easily find work anywhere else, but he's gonna fucking prove everyone in that company wrong. And I can't wait to see it, bro, because that shit's gonna put a smile on my goddamn face. Bray Wyatt, full creative control, bro. That's something I can't wait to fucking see.
Untapped potential. Malachi. Get fucking ready, bro. Woo! Matt Hardy. Oh.
Bro.
Matt Hardy, you better dump those motherfuckers so fast and get back to that broken shit by the time that Wyatt gets in. Oh, man.
Dude.
Bro, he has a history with Mox.
Mm-hmm.
He has history with fucking... Oh, man.
No, bro. I mean...
Ooh, Mox. He has a history with Jericho. He has a history with... Bro, imagine if Brody was still alive. Oh,
So,
bro.
I wish, man. To this day, I wish, bro. All the Brody could have had. All the fucking... Damn.
Is that it? There's probably somebody we're forgetting.
There's gotta be somebody we're forgetting. I'm just stupid.
But even if it doesn't even have to be at that point about people that he has history with. Look who he's about to have history with. Darby Allin, Malachi Black, Hangman.
Dude. Bro.
Oh, Matt Hardy, like I said, Matt. Oh, man.
Man, when Jeff eventually comes here, bro, that'll be fucking amazing. Like, dude, come on, bro. All these fucking people. I cannot wait to fucking see, man. I just can't wait, man.
Unbelievable. But, well, I guess that answers our question. Well, before I say that, through all of this, we talked about this yesterday, but it does ring true. WWE 2K22 really is going to hit different because there's going to be nobody on that roster.
No Wyatt.
But just don't even come out with the game, bro. Just don't even fucking come out with the
Don't
goddamn
even
game.
fucking game. Just
Well,
cancel
we're
game.
the game's gonna keep fucking crashing because all we're gonna have to do is have a GM mode filled with fucking created roster people.
Bro, literally, that whole all that community creations, gonna be so many of them. Punk, Brian, fucking Wyatt,
All of the
Aleister Black,
elite.
Andrade, FTR. Come on, bro, that game, every community creations better be fucking. They better have amazing creation studio, cause they're gonna fucking need it. Cause we're gonna have to create the whole fucking roster. Unless you want to play as fucking Edge. Like a fucking loser. Come on, bro. We'll just cancel the fucking game at this point. And I was telling you this earlier. AEW's game is about to get the best DLC ever in a wrestling game.
Oh,
We're
dude.
talking Punk. We're talking Brian. Wyatt. Aleister Black, probably. Because I don't think he made it in the game yet. Man. And that's just so far. Oh, maybe Strowman. I mean, that's not the best person.
Bruh.
He's somebody.
Buddy Murphy.
Man, Buddy Murphy, bro. That fucking DLC is about to go hard, bro. Come on, bro. Greatest wrestling DLC potentially ever, bro. All those names. Come on, bro. Come on.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, bro. So, I'm just going to read real quick. Just some things people had to say about Wyatt. This one was the most interesting to everybody. Mickey James sent out.
Oh, bro, she's a real one.
She says, and I quote, "I think what you meant to say was, thank you so much for coming up with such an incredible gimmick time and time again. One so cool and over. We really didn't know how to book it right, so we just gave it to someone else so we can still make all of that money off of it and let you go."
Exactly. Come on.
Mickey James is a
knows the
real one.
timeline. She knows the fucking timeline that we do because she fucking explained it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sasha Banks, I love this one. She said he's got the whole world in his hands at Bray Wyatt.
We all know.
Alexa Bliss, which, like I said, I'm really not mad at Alexa Bliss. I don't think this is Alexa Bliss's fault whatsoever. Everybody was blaming her for his release. Clearly it was. We read it to you guys. Nick Khan doesn't like to be in the red.
You're the red, trust me. Fucking
Yeah,
beautiful.
exactly. She said, "I'm really at a loss for words. Thank you so much, Wyndham, for everything you've done for this company. The most fun I've had is with working with you. Such an amazing talent and the most kind person. I'm just in shock." Sad, man. Chris Bay, Impact's Chris Bay said, "Whole time, Bray Wyatt finna set movies or wrestling ablaze if he wants to. He's so smart and creative and just a good dude." And that was generally what the people were saying, man. But also Wyatt's apparently Wyatt's really good friend who is, they said, the unsung hero behind the Firefly Funhouses, Mr. Jason Baker, tweeted out, or he took to Instagram and said, "Thank you so much," with a broken heart emoji, and it was a bunch of pictures of him and Bray Wyatt in like broken character, but he was still the Fiend, and it was just
You
hilarious
saw
photos.
Bro, getting shit, he's fucking full Fiend. That shit's great.
Yeah, man, but just, man, what a talent, what a generational talent, man.
Truly, bro.
Amazing Bray Wyatt. Thank you, Wyndham, man. Thank you, Wyndham.
Man. Thank
Absolutely.
you, man.
So, like I said, I think we kind of beat ourselves to the question, but when, where do you want to see Bray Wyatt end up, man?
Come on. Is there any other answer truly? Of course, are on the side. Love to see him. Maybe in an Impact, mixing up with fucking what's left of Decay. Maybe in fucking anywhere, bro. Well, man, we all know the main place where he should go, and we all think he will go. AEW, bro. Come on. Come on, bro. The feuds, the stories. We were going over them. Darby, Hangman, fucking all the people he has history with. Mox, bro. So many.
Mox, Hardy, Jericho.
Fucking believable, bro. And that's where he's got to go, bro. We all know it. AEW, Bray Wyatt. Now, it's gonna feel weird, but no longer Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt doesn't exist anymore.
Wyndham.
AEW, Wyndham, Rotunda. Come on, bro. We all know it. I can't wait.
Bring this motherfucker in with Bo Dallas, bro. Do it.
Dude, I was
Do it.
Bo, bro.
Do it, bro. Do it. Where do I want to see Bray Wyatt? I heard this all fucking day at work. AEW has too many people. AEW's bringing in too many people at once. Yeah, they are. But look what they did for Brian Cage. They waited and picked their spots. If you don't think Bray Wyatt's smart enough to pick the right spot, you're a fucking idiot. You're just a fucking idiot. Bray Wyatt, I don't think he'll debut as soon as his non-compete's up.
No.
He might even want to swerve us and not even debut at Full Gear. Maybe not. Obviously that would be like 5 days after his non-compete, so a lot of people would be expecting it. But Bray Wyatt, the thing is, though, we've never really seen how he is in these moments, because WWE was always so predictable with his booking.
They
you know?
really were, so I don't know how he's gonna react, truly.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how he deals with this, and I think he will be just fine. Where do I want to see Bray Wyatt? This is a no-brainer. I want to see Bray Wyatt in All Elite Wrestling, and I think, and I kept trying to stress this all fucking day, man. Put yourself in TK's shoes, man. Do you, as a wrestling owner, when you have more money... I also heard this today. They're going to run out of money. Bro, this ain't Vince McMahon. Do you know how rich Tony Khan's family is? Do you have any fucking clue? You have any clue, bruh? They're going to run out of money. Okay. Listen. Bray Wyatt, there is no other place for him to end up. Like I said, what was I talking about before? What made me get onto that?
People saying too many people are going to AEW, I think.
Right. So, yeah, that's what I was saying. So, we don't know how he's going to react to this stuff, man. We don't know how he's going to try to pick his spots, but, it'll be interesting, and like I said, I definitely trust him. But, yeah, AEW is definitely the place for him. One thing I will say, though, with all this talent, you might as well go ahead and make Rampage 2 hours and make it your second show. Like, full on, like a SmackDown. Because this roster is so stacked, and that's what I didn't understand when I was talking to some people today. Don't you want your roster to be stacked? Because, I mean, AEW, if their roster's that big, they're smart people in that company. They would know, we can't run a fucking show. How are we going to feature the Acclaimed and Jungle Boy and fucking this guy and that guy when we got all these superstars? They're smart enough people to know maybe it's time for a second show, a full-on second show, not a 1 hour Rampage, a 2 hour show. And it'll be great. And it'll be fucking great. But Bray Wyatt, I want to see this man in AEW. Do I think he will be in AEW? Yes. You know for a fact today, Bray Wyatt was getting phone calls from Matt Hardy. You know, Chris Jericho called him. You know, Renee Young was talking to or was posting pictures of her with Bray. Who does that correlate to? I'm sure he talked to Mox today. And what are all those people that are in AEW telling him, you're a huge fucking star. We know you're a huge star. We're going to do whatever we can. We're going to put in a great word for you and see what we can do to make this happen, because this is what Bray Wyatt loves. He loves to make moments, bro, and this is going to be a moment maker. This is going to be a fucking moment maker, man. Also, what do I think this guy's going to do? I think Bray Wyatt's going to get the chance to actually find himself making a movie about him.
I feel like he will. I don't know if it's going to be about him.
Well, you know, starring him. That's what I meant.
But man, if you guys didn't know, a little movie fact. The studio, Blumhouse, they created, well, they didn't create, but they produced Paranormal Activity and all that. The way they do things is they give people a small budget and let a director do whatever the fuck they want. That's why a lot of people say their movies can be really good or really bad. It's all up to the director. That is something I would 100% do to Bray Wyatt, bro. I would give that motherfucker any budget for a movie he wants and just say, go fucking make something. Dude, do it, bro. That would be unbelievable heat.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. But yeah, a movie with some kind of serial killer in a mask starring Bray Wyatt?
Come on, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think Blumhouse is who gave fucking CM Punk his fucking horror movie. Something on the third floor.
Oh, really? How was that? Was it bad?
I heard it was like, I heard it was just kind of like a horror movie. You know what I mean? I heard it just kind of just happened. It wasn't bad, but I heard it wasn't that special, bro. But motherfucker still made a movie. You know what I mean? He was a big part of that movie. Someone who fucking, you know, gives people budgets for horror movies. Look at the catalog of Bray Wyatt. You're giving that motherfucker creative rights to make a movie, bruh. You know you are.
Absolutely, man. And like I was saying, too, I think this is where I left off. If I'm Tony Khan, how fucking stupid would I look if I let Bray Wyatt go?
Oh, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't get people. I do not get some people, bro. I really don't. Really fucking don't. How do you let Bray Wyatt off the free agent market, bro? How? Please tell me how that happens. It doesn't. You scoop Bray Wyatt up. Yeah. There's too much talent. They can wait. They'll be fine. Pick your spot. Bray Wyatt will come in at the right spot. It'll be fucking fantastic. Bro, come on.
24/7, every fucking week. Motherfucker can take breaks. And Wyatt is great in fucking, not spurts, but like reverse spurts where he's there a good amount of time and then off. There a good amount of time and then off. Bray Wyatt is perfect for that.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. But through being sad for Wyatt,
I'm happy.
Boy, am I excited. I am excited. I'm plain and simple, man. I am fucking excited. So excited to see this man achieve what he should have been achieving, and that is greatness, bro. I'm so excited for it. This is going to be incredible. If AEW scoops this guy up, which you know they will, Jericho loves him. I'm sure Brody Lee talked about him so much.
Oh, yeah.
And hey, Aubrey Edwards says she never met Bray Wyatt. I think that's about to change, Aubrey. I think that's about to change. Tony Schiavone too. Both of them on Unstricted said they never met him. I think that's about to change, guys.
You're about to, man. And you were talking about how people were calling Bray and talking about Bray. You know who probably called Bray? Amanda.
Yeah.
Cooper, bro.
Yep.
Come on. And after, from my perspective, seeing how they treated his best friend in passing, come on, bro. That's how I know I would go there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Bray Wyatt, he's not headed to ROH. He ain't headed to New Japan. He's certainly not fucking headed to NXT. He ain't headed anywhere. I think he's going to AEW, bro. I think he's going to AEW. And they got a lot of talent. I understand that, but who the fuck? Once upon a time, WWE did, and everybody was saying this is the greatest talent roster ever assembled. AEW signs people. Oh, they got too much people. Shut the fuck up.
Come on,
Shut
bro.
the fuck up. When WWE had all those fucking people and wasn't doing anything with half of them, everybody's like, this is the greatest roster ever assembled. There's so much talent on this roster. AEW, people bring up Bray Wyatt's name as wanting to see him in AEW. There's too many people on the roster. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and let this revolution happen. This is the winds of change, or as JD said, it was a pretty funny pun, but it was kind of cool. The Wyndham of change. Listen, man.
There you go, man.
The time I've been saying this. I've been saying this ever since Andrade. We've been saying this shit ever since. You could go back and look at Unscripted, where we talked about Almas, and the thumbnail is something along the lines of AEW going all out with their roster expansion. AEW, and we mentioned AEW, and this is when Andrade, he was the first one. This is when just Andrade debuted. We all said to ourselves, wow, they have truly an elite roster.
Truly, bro.
Then come along Malachi Black, Bryan, Punk, and Bray.
Come on, bro.
Let them even pick up a Murphy or a Ruby Riott at this point.
Like, dude, come on.
Don't hate, man. Do not. You can't. Nobody on this day. And I'm really gonna say this after Bray Wyatt debuts. Nobody on this day can hate on AEW and have a valid reason for it.
Exactly, you can't.
What's the problem? They have a big roster. Okay, WWE had one, like I just said. Like I just fucking said.
So, come on, man. What the fuck's the issue here?
What's the issue, man? A wrestling company but WWE thriving? Get your mouth off their dick.
Literally.
Come on, man. This is incredible. If you're not a fan of this, you don't love professional wrestling. If you are not a fan of this, you are just as bad as Vince McMahon.
Oh, 100%.
If you don't get excited for hearing about for people wanting to see Bray Wyatt in AEW, just putting that out in the universe and just making me think about that gets me excited, cuz I love this shit. I love professional wrestling. And if you hate on this, you don't love it. You don't.
Come on, bro.
You do not love professional wrestling, bro. No. You can't convince me you do at that point. What is to hate about this? A wrestling company thriving? Isn't that what we want?
I love to see it. That's what I want to see out of WWE. As much as we fucking shit on that shit fucking company, that is what we want to see at the end of the day. Great shit.
AEW, all they're doing is doing everything that WWE does wrong.
Exactly, bro. I wish that NXT was still at its heights of 2018. So I would love to see that. Come on, bro. Come on.
And then I hear people on social media making up these, Vince McMahon don't fucking think like this. In this age of Vince McMahon, you think he thinks like this. I legitimately seen people saying AEW is not competition for WWE at all, to the point where Vince McMahon has to release people so they can become competition. They were competition when Daniel Bryan and CM Punk.
Yeah.
They were competition then.
A year ago. Let alone fucking now.
Like I said yesterday on the news, in terms of the community, in terms of morale, AEW's already winning. All WWE has is a fucking memory a memory.
in a
That is
wallet.
all they have.
That's all they fucking have, and they're wallets running thin. So, come on.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. If you are making fucking excuses for Vince McMahon, listen, just admit it. Vince McMahon just don't care. He's not strategically planning, oh, well, I'm going to send them to AEW so I can have competition.
Motherfucker doesn't want
Who
competition.
does he have on his rosters? Both of them. As a matter of fact, all three of them combined. Well, actually, no. NXT might actually not at this point. NXT has 3 people. To AEW's what? You got Adam Cole. Actually, you can't even say 3 because Ciampa's ass. You got Gargano, Cole on NXT. Who do you got from Raw? Skip. Who do you got from Roman Reigns? The show might as well be called Roman Reigns because from SmackDown you got Roman Reigns.
Right, talking about for Raw. Skip. Oh, God.
Bro.
Like, you killed Keith Lee. No more.
Killed Keith Lee. Karrion Kross is fucking. Karrion Kross is what Bray Wyatt would be if he didn't protect his character, and Bray Wyatt protected his character, and that's still what happened to him. Imagine what the product is if it's not. It's Karrion Kross. He's right in front of our face. This is Bray Wyatt if Bray Wyatt wasn't as protective as he is, and Bray Wyatt was still fucked up, man. Keith Lee is shit. Drew McIntyre is a fucking bozo. Fucking.
Oh my God. Ass is a thing.
Nikki Cross is in a fucking leotard. Keith Lee's dead. Who's the fucking champion? Bobby Lashley. Skip.
Oh.
Skip.
He's
Bro.
destined for fucking failure again. He is in Wyatt's spot. He is destined for failure against Goldberg. He is literally in Wyatt's position. Come on, bro.
3 people.
Every time a fucking woman is on fucking WWE TV, all the fans chant is Becky. Who do they have? Who the fuck do they have? Come on, bro.
Talking about 3 people, man. 3 people. Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano. You could even put 4 if you're thinking about prime Tommaso Ciampa, but I don't even know if he's got that in him anymore.
You know who the 4th is? Walter. Walter's their 4th. 100%.
You're right. Walter. How could I forget? The greatest fucking...
right
Bro. Out of all WWE, Walter is the man. Walter's the man.
100%.
And
100%.
What is the key to that recipe? Consistency. Walter has been consistently dominant ever since he stepped foot in that company. From day one. But
Day fucking one.
But like I said, AEW already morally beats the shit out of WWE.
Oh, easy. Fucking easy.
How is it that SmackDown is on Fox and it did not even crack 2 million? How?
With Cena on your show.
And
With
Cena was
fucking
on
Cena.
the fucking program.
Edge, too. Ed, Cena.
Iconoclast.
Draws.
Fucking, hey man, 2 million. Come on, Icon.
Come on, guys.
AEW. Brady Pierce liked my photo. It's confirmed.
Same.
Hey, he was on AEW Dark. It's confirmed. He's gone.
Mark.
Listen, man. Like I was saying, AEW is about to sign CM Punk, and the company hasn't even, or is about to debut CM Punk, and the company isn't even 2 years old yet.
Come on, bro.
What? Meanwhile, this WWE is what you people want to defend? Come on, bro. They just lost
man.
a fucking superstar. A megastar. He truly does have the whole world in his hands, and I'm so excited to see Bray Wyatt. I think he's going to end up in AEW. I think he's got a job because of Matt and because of Chris. And this is going to be even bigger than seeing Jon Moxley debut. John Moxley, huge debut. That's a huge WWE superstar. Bray Wyatt's bigger than Bray Wyatt's bigger than Dean Ambrose. He was.
Mm-hmm.
And he's even bigger than Mox nowadays. This is going to be huge. This is going to be huge.
Exactly. If this was a actual war, AEW just getting the plans for the nuclear bomb in Bray Wyatt. That's what the fuck they got. WWE down the line, they don't stand a fucking chance, bro. That shit gonna hit them, and it's gonna hit them hard.
This company is already en route to sell. Clearly, Vince McMahon does not give a shit anymore. He hasn't gave a shit for years, but this company's going downhill, and you're a moron if you don't see that. You are a fucking idiot if you don't see that. If you don't see that WWE's on the decline, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot, man. Especially after this. You were a moron after CM Punk and Bryan, but adding Wyatt to the group of those three?
Bro, come on.
That's it. If he goes, man. If he goes, which I truly think he will. Because this guy, you can't see him going back to WWE. This guy knows. He knows what's up. He knows how they're gonna treat him, and
It's not Zelina Vega.
Exactly. He knows. He's creatively frustrated. He was creatively frustrated with his role on Raw. God, I'm losing my voice.
Swear, bro.
He's creatively frustrated with his role on Raw. And you think he's going to go back after being fucked over for 12 years? Not a fucking chance. Not a fucking chance. And AEW, bro, all those people, Matt, Mox, Chris, and a bunch of people in AEW that we might not have any idea he's great friends with.
Exactly.
Are going to tell him...
Had that many friends.
Yeah, exactly. All these people are on the phone with him telling him, hey, I'll put in a word for you, man. This is a great place to work. This is a great place to work. AEW's making this shit fun, man. This is a fucking revolution, bro. And I know it sounds like we sound like we're talking as if they announced that they signed Bray Wyatt, but we are speaking hypothetically. But trust me, you'll get another fucking rejoice when that news finally does come out. But if they do get him, Bray Wyatt's too big of a star to go anywhere else but AEW.
Oh,
he's way too big of a name.
Too fucking big.
When do we see him? We could see him at Full Gear, or we could see him anytime in between that, man. But being that Bray was ready to come back in August, he might be chomping at the fucking bits to do Full Gear.
He might be. Fucking be.
Or the Dynamite after. And trust me, man, I kept hearing this today too. Well, he's not going to be much. He can't be the Fiend. You know how fucking creative Bray Wyatt is. Do you think a thought has never been in his mind? Wow, what if I went to AEW? That'd be cool. They'll probably never release me. You know for a fact.
Had the Fiend planned out since 2015.
Can you imagine what kind of shit he has up his sleeve?
Bro. The ideas he's been working with. You know what this motherfucker's doing right now? He is making calls and he's fucking getting shit done. He's making tires. If he's continuing like mask stuff, he's getting a mask. He's getting sets. This man's going to work. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. It's Bray Wyatt. It's Bray fucking Wyatt.
This is going to be awesome, man. This is a revolution, bro. The AEW is making professional wrestling fun again. And the last thing I'm going to say is probably the most true thing I've said this whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not excited for this, you do not love professional wrestling.
Nope.
That's
really
it.
Don't.
That's it.
That's how it is. Man. Fuck.
But with that being said, man, that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast, man. This has been the IWC's best kept secret. And man, is it going to be exciting to see Bray Wyatt with untapped potential. Ooh, I can't wait. I cannot wait, man. But that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast, man. This has been an edition of Breaking News, Episode 2. Episode 2 of the Breaking News, man. And without any further ado, it has been a pleasure, always a pleasure, for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir J.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the podcast, man. Once again, the breaking news. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on Monday with Notorious Unscripted.
Peace.